The first overall pick in the 2020 NHL Draft has been awarded to the New York Rangers. I really thought I was going to come on here for this reaction video tonight and lose my mind, freak out, because I genuinely believe that this pick was either going to be awarded to the Leafs, the Oilers, or the Penguins, because that's kind of just how things have been going. And there was a relatively high percentage that one of those teams would get the number one pick, but luckily that is not the case. As you guys know, I kind of was pulling for the Minnesota Wild to win the draft lottery, just because I thought of all the teams eligible that they needed him the most. You look at that team throughout their entire existence basically, when was the last time they had a superstar? Probably Marian Gaborik back in the early 2000s, and that's kind of using the term superstar loosely. Unfortunately, they didn't win, but hey, that's just the luck of the draw, and I do want to go ahead and say congratulations to fans of the New York Rangers. This is obviously an extremely exciting time, and this win definitely has to make you feel a lot better about being swept by the Carolina Hurricanes just a couple of days ago. As we all know, the New York Rangers over the past couple of seasons have been in the midst of a mini rebuild, or kind of like a retooling, I guess you could say, because it really hasn't lasted very long at all. The last time they were in the playoffs was in 2017, and since then, in my opinion, the New York Rangers have done an excellent job of building a really solid young core that includes the likes of Kaapo Kakko, who of course they selected second overall in last year's NHL draft. Also guys like K'Andre Miller, Vitaly Kravtsov, Nils Lundqvist, who looks like an absolute steal of a late first round pick in the 2018 draft. Philip Hedl is still young. Adam Fox, who they acquired via trade, he came in and had an amazing rookie season. You can also throw Igor Shesterkin into that young core, although he was drafted all the way back in 2014, he is still only 24 years old. And now you can throw Alexis Lafreniere's name into that young core, more likely than not, unless they do shock the world and draft somebody else with that pick or trade it, and spoiler alert, they're not going to do that. Another reason why this can be so amazing for the Rangers is because it can really help their cap situation. As of right now, they don't really have a lot of money to spare, and they have to re-sign RFA defenseman Tony DeAngelo, who just had a breakout season. If Lafreniere is ready to come in and play as soon as next season, which I definitely think he will be, and then you have continued development from somebody like Kaapo Kakko, that's most likely two top 6 wingers playing on entry-level contracts. And I'd have to think that would then make either Chris Kreider or Pavel Buchnevich expendable, although it hasn't been that long since they both did sign new contracts. Trading away one of those guys would definitely help the Rangers cap situation. This really does just open up a lot of new doors for the Rangers. I mean, the past year and a half for this organization has been absolutely insane. You signed Artemi Panarin to that massive contract, traded for Jacob Trouba and signed him to a pretty big contract, drafted Kaapo Kakko, and now are going to be drafting Alexis Lafreniere. There is just so much talent on that roster. A couple of months ago, I made a video on the future of the New York Rangers, and I said in that video I thought them and the Colorado Avalanche had the two brightest futures in the entire NHL, and that was before this happened. Am I still salty that this isn't the Red Wings getting the first overall pick? Of course I am. Do the Rangers really need this pick? Not really. I could think of at least 5 other teams that needed a lot more than they do, but that is just the way things go, and I am still really happy it wasn't one of the 3 teams I mentioned earlier in the video. I cannot tell you guys the relief that I felt when I did not see either a Maple Leaf, an Oilers logo, or a Penguins logo show up on one of them ping pong balls. One thing I did want to mention in this video, did you guys who watched the draft lottery see the dude who was supposed to be holding the balls up above the machine while Gary Bettman was confirming the logos? He dropped the New York Rangers ball prematurely. That's something he didn't do with any of the other balls, and I won't lie, it did look kind of heavy. It didn't bounce as much as the other balls he dropped down there. I'm sure it doesn't mean anything, but you can bet the conspiracy theorists are going to be pulling out their magnifying glass, putting on their tinfoil hats. So definitely get ready to hear a lot of people saying this was probably rigged. I'm not really going to touch on that at all. I just want to say to New York Ranger fans, don't let anybody ruin this moment. Just enjoy it, and just know you're probably getting a franchise-changing player. Pretty unreal that the Rangers could ice a line next season of Mika Zibanejad, Artemi Panarin, and Alexis Lafreniere. I mean, that Metro division just keeps getting better. That is going to wrap up this video on my initial thoughts and reactions to the New York Rangers being awarded the first overall pick in the 2020 NHL Draft. Any Rangers fans watching this video, make sure to let me know down in the comment section below how you're feeling right now, even though I'm sure I probably already know the feeling. Actually, I don't know, because I don't know the feeling of my team getting the first overall pick, unfortunately. Anyways, there's always next year, and I'm sure the Wings are still going to get a very good prospect 4th overall. But if you guys did enjoy today's video, please make sure to go down there and drop a like on it. That is the best way to show your support. And as always, if you guys are new to the channel and you want to see more NHL content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys all in the next video.